welcome back to the Citizen channel. Hope you're all staying safe and well. And another episode of Now Got the Found World of Manchester City. A little bit of a special one today, as money's a little bit tight here in the UK. I don't know how you are if you're outside of the UK, but yes, I'm finding it a little bit of a struggle at the moment. So buying City memorabilia, which has gone very expensive over the last year or two with the success of City, of course, it's costing more and more to buy in bits and pieces. Just a little special today, though, so we'll talk about that in a second. Of course, this is the sister feature, inspired by the guys Derek Hammond and Gary Silky. Of course, got the found world of Manchester, the lost world of Manchester City, which also, if you check on my links, etc., there's loads of issues of that as well, where we look through the book. And this is my version of it, the sister, if you like. And I've got this pile here. Yeah, 5 items. I'll tell you about that in a second, please. So enjoy with me as I've got the trusty pair of scissors as we open up what I've got there. And I do know I've got books, but I forgot what I've ordered now. But we'll tell you about that in a second. Please, if you are new to the channel, push that subscribe button, push the bell notifications. It'd be great to have you on board. Spread the word. Everything's City, of course, past, present, forever. Little magazine vlogs like this, as well as the look at what's happening now with Manchester City. So be great to have you on board, and you can press that subscribe and notification button. And also, if you've got a spare second, if you enjoy what I try and do, make an old City fan very, very happy, just press that little like button or thumbs up button. Be much appreciated. Yeah, so for what I thought I'd do, as I say, with things getting a little bit expensive, I thought, no, well, what I'll do, I'll put 20 quid to one side, and I will look at the books. As I say, most of the memorabilia now that I'd like to have, if I had a never-ending pot of money, I'd buy loads of stuff, of course, but obviously, as I say, things are a little bit tight at the moment. So I just put 20 quid to one side, I risked it, and I thought, I'll see how many books I can get. I managed to get 5 books for under £20 in total. So we're going to have a look what books I've got. I sort of remember what I've ordered, but a lot of trouble with eBay at the moment. Not eBay, just deliveries. I've lost at least 3 books on. I mean, I started ordering these books as I'm recording this, which you'll be seeing this a lot later, of course, over the last six to 8 weeks, and I think I've lost 3. I've either had to resend them out, or I've been given a refund. So I don't think the Royal Mail's doing a very good job. So anyway, let's have a look at what 5 books I've got. You might have some of these, but it'll be great for me. These are all ones I've not had before. I've got loads of books, as you know. I do my little book club, etc. Let's have a look what's in these. And the first one we're going to have a look at, well, yeah, he used to be quite active on Twitter. I've not seen Mike for a while, but Mike Devlin, yeah, big City fan, wrote a book, well packaged. Obviously, I've not got it from him. I got it from some other book library. And of course, it's Manchester City, The Secret History of a Club That Has No History. So that's great. Obviously, let's say I've not had this one before. You might have it. You might have watched it. This will be part of a future book club, of course. How did the inflatable banana save football? Well, I don't think it saved it, did it? But I know what he's getting at. Did you know Pope John Paul II was a follower? How MCFC almost started World War III. There you go. So you can trust Mike, great guy, to tell us all the facts in this book. You have no history. It's really chant heard by Manchester City fans who are used to being tormented for years of apparent underachievement. Yeah, people mix history up with winning trophies. It's not about winning trophies. History's the very embodiment of a club, you know, from the grassroots up. It's from the very start, and the losses, the victories. It's not trophies. History's not something totally different. From the very first match on the 13th of November 1883 to the present day and beyond, read and learn about the history of a great club, documenting all the club's ups and downs. Mike Devlin tries to convince you that the club that has no history really does have one after all. Well, you don't need to convince me. I know it is. A nice little image of Hyde Road there. Yeah, I've got a great one that King of the Kippax did many moons ago as well. Little 3D drawing of that. So there you go. If you've got that, let me know what you think. I'm looking forward. A good condition as well. As I say, all these cost between £3 and £5, so very cheap. Right, on to the next one. So I've got 5 to get through. This is a hard cover one. This one. World of Books. So there's a few World of Books. So I'm not promoting that one. I think there's 2 or 3 I've seen on well, let's say eBay. Yeah, I'm not going to say an internet site. And there we go. Steve Mingle. 50 years of Manchester City, the best and worst of everything. A terrific. This is from Backpass, a terrific dip in and out compilation of the best and worst and funniest memories. There you go. So if you got that one, if you had that one, here's a book packed with reminders those times as well as good ones, with chapters on everything from long-range screamers to great city nicknames, from Bell to Balotelli and from Sean Golter to Sergio Aguero. There is no better way to reminisce about both the good and the bad of the team at the Etihad. To celebrate 50 years of watching Manchester City, Steve Mingle presents an array of memories spanning the whole period, so it's a personal thing, obviously, the best and worst of everything, including heroes, villains, triumphs and disasters, moments of genius, heinous cock-ups, plenty of those. Here are Steve's most memorable games, players and incidents in a weird and wonderful range of categories. So, great ball, I think. Classic image of Joe there. I was there at that game when he lifted that aloft. I wish I could go back there now. Who knows? Time travel? No, probably not. Great debuts, a bit like my debut vlogs I do. So there you go. I look forward to that. Again, cracking condition. If you think, obviously, originally $16.99. As I say, I got it for about £4 approximately. All these are available on that famous website, of course. So shop around. Fantastic. Look forward to that. That's number 2. Right, on to number 3. There we go. Something called Awesome Books. If you've used them before. Have a look what we got in here. I never get time to read all these, but I dip in and out and do my book clubs and stuff like that. This is an interesting one. Yeah, I believe I read up from Gary James after I purchased this that he didn't receive a penny for this book. The firm or the publishers, I think, went into liquidation. Started up under another name, etc. I don't know the legalities of it, so I'm not going to say too much. But apparently Gary didn't see anything for this, which is a great shame. I didn't know this till I'd bought it, but obviously it's the Manchester City football book by Gary James, so I always give him as much publicity as I can anyway. Gary always reposts his stuff on Twitter, etc., etc. One of my heroes, of course. He's forgotten more about City than I'll ever know, and I love my history, but so does Gary James, and you all know Gary James. So yeah, I got this. Obviously, as I say, an official licensed product from Manchester City. So At Heart Publications, I assume the firm that I think I'm right in saying that went under. If I'm mixing this up with another book, my apologies. But yeah, so sad really. From its very first season, 1880, City Football Club has captured the hearts and minds of the local people of Manchester 125 years on. So obviously it's done around 2005. Passion and grit to the club and its players continue to attract thousands of loyal fans week in, week out. Starting with the birth of City, the book includes lively stories and information surrounding the club's milestone seasons, from the FA Cup glory days of 1904 to the famous golden era of the late 60s, and the current struggles and triumphs of City as we know it today. So we didn't get to the obviously the new Pep era, Mancini era, Pellegrini era. Join Gary James, a lifelong City fan and writer, as he celebrates the highs and lows. I mean, anything from Gary James is absolutely brilliant, isn't it? Let's be honest about it. Picture of Helen there with Big Joe. Yeah, so as I say, a bit of a story behind that one, but again, cracking condition. I'm sure the firm I got it off obviously bought stock off someone, and someone made money somewhere. So, and obviously these can make money, the guys who sent. But then, I mean, what? Probably £4. I mean, it costs 2 or 3 quid to send the thing out, so it's not exactly making fortunes on it, but a cracking book. I look forward to that. Just a couple more to get through. This one's simple packaging on this one. Give an idea of which one this one is, because I've actually, this is the third copy because two have gone missing of this. I don't know the significance of why, but if you go back to a certain time, football hooliganism, blah blah blah. The most explosive book about soccer violence ever. I think I have read bits and pieces of this. The best-selling autobiography of a soccer hooligan gang leader, Mickey Francis, with Peter Walsh, and its governors. Yeah, governors. Obviously, remember the governors. You had the young governors, didn't we, as well? So I just thought it's a little bit different to what I normally buy for City. For 15 years, Mickey Francis and his brothers led a succession of violent gangs following on Britain's biggest football clubs, Manchester City. They fought scores of pitched battles with rival firms, until their bloody reign was brought to an end by the police Amiga squad in the most successful undercover operation of its kind. Currently banned from every soccer ground in the country, Mickey Francis has now become the first of the hooligan top boys to break silence. Governors tells it like it was in the heyday of the hooligan culture. Yeah, I mean, when I first started going in the 70s, it wasn't particularly organised, and obviously it became a bit more organised as I grew up and had a young family, so I was well out of it, trying to avoid it where I can. So, yeah, interesting book. I'm going to have a read of that. Some interesting pictures there. Yeah. Goodness. So if you've got this, let me know what you think. I'll probably dip into that on my book club, of course, as I will do all these books with all the rest I've got on the shelf that I've already purchased. And just one more, another big one, another hard copy. As I said, all very cheap. If you want to build up your book collection on City on the internet, say all these are. Put the titles in though. If you just put books in, you don't get the full range. But if you actually put the book title in, you will get all the range. So that seems to be a problem on eBay when you put stuff in for Manchester City. You tend not to get everything coming up. You have to sort of look for specifics and stuff like that. Right, and here we go. When football was football, yes, well that's what we like to see. This is from Mirror Picks. Manchester City, a nostalgic look at the century of the club. So fantastic. I don't know too much about this one, but again, quality, excellent quality. When football was football, we went out believing we could beat anybody. It didn't matter who we turned out against. The team talks were very limited. Get out and play. You're better than they are. Score more goals than the side you are playing. That was Colin Bell, legend. Malcolm, I fought it over, and it's you and me together. We are this bloody football club. Joe Mercer. So a quote from there. So, yeah, I mean, there you go. Ex-library book. There we go. I'm sure it was out of circulation. Withdrawn from library. It does say that on it. Yeah, it's Aberdeenshire Council. It was withdrawn and sold. So I used to buy stuff like this myself when I went in libraries, old stuff that's out of date. There you go. It went out on the 2nd of February 2011, 10th of March 2011, 9th of June 2014. Returned to headquarters on the 27th of January 2016. So it didn't get much usage. I mean, Aberdeen, obviously not a hotbed of City support, obviously. But yeah, legends, Francis Lee, that wonderful bath. I actually stood in that bath. I didn't have I actually, did we? I can't remember. I think I stood in it. I don't think I used it. I didn't fancy getting into that bath when I played a game at Main Road in the early 2000s. So, yeah, this is fantastic. Even just for pictures, even just for images. I mean, there's lots of images here. I think it's probably from the Mirror. Obviously, Mirror Pics is on the back cover. 1899, but fantastic. I mean, what for £3 or £4? Hey, we can't go wrong, can we, guys? So there you go. Favourite? Let me have a look. 5 books. Obviously, I think the 125 years with Gary James will be one of my favourites. If I haven't such a sad history behind what happened with the book and the monies, but I think they're all cracking books, aren't they? All fantastic books. Probably this last one I opened will be the one that I'm gonna. I'll probably be sharing images from that for many, many moons to come on Twitter and Facebook, etc. So there you go, guys. Manchester City, a nostalgic look at the century of the club. Manchester City, 125 years of football, Gary James. 50 years of Manchester City, Steve Mingle. Manchester City, the secret history of a club that has no history, Mike Devlin. And the Governors, Mickey Francis with Peter Walsh. There you go. So hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what you've got, if you've got all them 5. Let me know which one of them is your favourite, and do you still dip in now? And thanks for joining for this little Got the Found World of Manchester City, this little special aimed at books. I'll try and do other things like this, as I said, money allowing, but obviously it was to do with like specials on scarves and other memorabilia. It'd be a little bit different because price-wise they are a bit more expensive, like retro shirts and all different souvenirs, pennants, stuff like that. Badges. I'm not really into badges, so I'm not going to do anything on that, but we'll see what we can come up with. We'll do another book one in the future, of course, so that'll be great. If you can join me for that, hope you enjoyed that. Leave us your comments. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, guys. Until we meet again. That's one thing, don't we? Please stay safe, Blues. Come on, City. Bye for now.